and go live.
We have 14 people waiting this time.
Awesome.
And Discord stream as well.
We are live now, Corey.
Hey everyone.
If y'all can hear us, give us a wave. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. We're 2 minutes late, but that's okay. We've had a lot to get ready and not a lot of time to do it in. Yes, I'm accompanied by Kirby this time.
I saw Vorthod's message and hadn't yet looked at your video and thought that Vorthod was just calling me Kirby.
Yeah, that's you. Are you pink and fluffy?
Depends on the day.
I should get my gamepad.
Definitely be helpful.
Oh, vibration was off. I want that on in case you secretly add it and then I can get surprised.
Not yet.
No.
That'll come later.
We'll do continue. Before I continue, the last thing I was actually doing was trying to find differently sized pads for my earbuds that I started using last week, which I'm using because my purple ones, the pads are missing. It's very sad. So I think I've got better ones. I won't have to adjust them a million times this time around. So yay for that. Decided to get a little... I've technically borrowed this shelf from a teaching setup, and then I'll put their knickknacks and stuff back on it after. But I figured I should, eventually get to having like shelf stuff around me. My current streaming position is not ideal, so the green screen just kind of covers stuff that would just muck up, the background, and I don't have a lot of room to wiggle here. So I just grabbed this shelf for now, but eventually I'll, upgrade all this to look nicer.
Yeah, we'll get some fun merch and stuff.
And hopefully my computer stays okay, because Windows Explorer is being weird right now, and I need it to not be weird so that I can access files. So hopefully it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So with that...
Famous last words.
With that stuff in mind, I'm just getting my little setup ready here. I did not grind off stream like I was planning to, so we're just gonna deal with that. Maximize
That's alright.
Bring this up.
It'll just make the combat more spicy.
It's spicy enough. Yes, so we were starting off chapter 2, and you'll see here that loaded quite a bit faster.
That's actually slightly artificially slowed down. A lot of that, well, most of that time that was spent there was just the screen fading in and out.
I'm gonna do some music. Sorry about that if that was too loud. Janky setup, working it out. So we've arrived in Flets, the start of disc 2. Right away we get a little cutscene about the Clare Bridge.
Oh, and we should also say that that disk swap was automatic. No interaction needed.
Yeah, one of the things about emulation is that although you can set it up to kind of daisy chain automatically, thanks to the Flying Zamboni for helping people with that in the past for how to set up the M3U file, I think it is. This Severed Chains platform does not even need that. you just have a 1.iso, 2.iso, 3.iso, and 4.iso files, and the decomp will just read it automatically and switch automatically when needed. I would like to confirm, Corey, that also happens when going to different places in the world map where it wants you to go back to disk 2, for example.
Yep. It's all automatic.
You know, in retrospect, that's actually really fascinating. You know, we've talked before in the community so many times about the attention to detail with having random, unimportant NPCs having their dialogue updated as the plot progresses. You know, talking about the Divine Dragon attack after it happened, and ongoing stories and things. The, you know, new mayor of Kazas. But I think it even is more incredible now realizing that they had to log that information on separate disks and have it be consistent. Like, updating disk 2 dialogue for an event in disk 4 it's very extensive, right?
Yeah, I gotta say that I was very, very happy to find out that all of the code across all of the disks is identical. And it's only the game files that change.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine having to reverse engineer each disk individually.
That
would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have extended the project by, like, years.
There are bandits everywhere. When he says good grief, the human scum, reminds me of a line from Star Wars, the most wretched hive of scum and villainy, or something like that. Let's grab a Stardust. Got it. These lights almost look like mushrooms in a way, mushroom caps, right?
They do.
Oh, I'm not live streaming to you. I'm sorry. Let me set that up.
Yeah, I was just watching on YouTube.
There's a lot going on. Screens? No, applications. Apparently
Sorry, we're
I
a little bit scattered today.
in my applications list, there's 4 instances of Windows Media Player. That's not possible. Alright, that should be good for you now.
Secret media player. There we go. All good.
You know, this little poster right here is the same as the poster down here on the other side of this wall. They're the same poster.
Must be very important.
There's like a missing person, or like there's a live concert that's gonna happen, and it just has to be posted in every single room of every single house. We're not open. Oh, we're gonna get a little prize. You know, did Kathy ever give us a prize?
What is she giving us a prize for?
Come back again when we're open. I'll give you a little prize, and I'll be waiting for you with some info I've prepared.
That's weird.
Without the info part, it kind of sounds like a proposition. But with the info, it's like, I don't know. So we got some nice green. We got the river. I think I want to check the
Water
shop.
actually works.
Yeah, water looks really good right now. I mean, granted, it's dated graphics, but it's animated really smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeek!
And it's visible above everything else.
Yeah.
No more floating logs.
I'm using
Or, well,
this.
floating logs, but no more void logs.
Yeah, no more void rivers. What's the one I want? I think this is the
I really
sound
like
thing.
this panicked shuffling.
Yeah, I just put the music on to match it.
Oh no, she's coming, everyone slowly walk around in circles.
I heard somebody say shoot. Who said that? Because this is, you know, a teen game, not an R-rated game. But in fairness, as far back as Spaceballs, they use the F word for PG-13.
I mean, there is quite a bit of swearing and stuff elsewhere in the game.
Well, yeah, it's so rude. Apparently, a mother's grief over their husband dying from bandits is boring. Great sensitivity there, Linus. You think that she would at least try to stay in character a little bit, so as not to rouse suspicion.
It is a hell on wheels. One entire hell.
We got some interesting sparking effects coming out of the chandelier type thing.
Yeah, a lot of the overlay effects like that are much more pronounced at the moment. I think that's actually the last visual bug that's remaining on submaps.
Now, here's a really important question, Corey. Dart's looking at this beautiful work. Is this the shape of the universe? He asks. So my question to you and everybody out there, looking at this model of the solar system, which planet is Endiness on? Is it the blue one, the turquoise one, the teal one, the blue-green one, or the dark teal one? Oh my goodness.
At least they got it right with everything orbiting the sun.
Those colors are too close together. And just the...
I'm mostly colorblind in the first place, so...
Well, believe me, having no color blindness would not help you in this case. It's awful to me. I'm pretty sure I have close to or at 20/20 vision. And then we get this mysterious character. Look at the garb on this character. It's just like a mystic wizard kind of a thing.
That's just the work uniform for this place.
Some fancy arms.
Everyone who works here wears that.
I don't need any of the accessories. I thought there was a regular equipment shop too. Isn't there 3 shops here?
There is, yeah.
Is it south?
There's one on the previous screen.
Or is that the item shop? Oh, it is the weapon shop. Okay. And I need to be here anyway for the Stardust pickup. Shadow Cutter, we'll pick that up. I think we don't... Yeah, I don't need that.
That's a pretty big upgrade for Albert.
Oh, no, it's just I have it unequipped as a thing right now, I think.
Oh.
It doesn't tell you how many you have as part of the problem with the shop. We should make that a mod, actually. Let's write that down.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna overhaul the whole inventory to show a lot more information.
Technically, that's
already... It's not great.
That's already a feature, right? In the item shop, it says number kept, right?
Yep.
We should do that with the equipment screen. That would make so much sense. Like, number equipped or unequipped, so you for sure know, you know, or I don't know. There's got to be a way to make that better, though.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna overhaul the whole thing.
So we have scale and chain already. Yeah, I just don't have it on them because I'm not using them. Let's get the Stardust. Which, does this scene look familiar? If you were here last week, we showed off a piece of concept art that has basically never been seen before by the public fandom, where this shopkeeper looked very different. But most of the layout was exactly the same, and I think some of the detail changed, actually. Like, the structure on the stall here is different. We should do a before and after. We need to do, like, a before and after video or something.
Yeah, we could do that with a few pieces of concept art that made it into the game.
There's the item shop. I think there's a Stardust here, too. This is not for sale.
What if it was, then you just lifted it?
How much for Stardust? 1,000,000 gold, 100 million. You can't carry this much in the game. Like the whatchamacallit, the trader in Lohan.
You can't carry that much yet.
What do you mean you can't carry that much yet? Should I not be buying things?
No, I mean you can't carry that much gold yet.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well,
until we remove all the caps.
Yeah, removing caps. I've been a big proponent of the damage cap in particular. 9999, so 4 digits. max damage you can do is 9,999. And first possible with Psychronix's mods, that was lifted, and I would like to see that lifted here as well. So now I can just justify buying everything. Like, I can just have 4 or 5 of every item magic.
Oh yes, we didn't even mention that. Speaking of lifting limits, you might notice that we have 64 items max here.
Look at the number, 33, 34. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
That's one of the updates for this week's stream. I added a configuration so you can actually set your maximum inventory size anywhere from 1 item up to 64.
Mm-hmm. So if you're glutton for punishment, set it to 1.
Yep. One single item. What's it gonna be?
You could even, I wish you could set it to 0 if it wouldn't crash the game, so that even your automatic starting item, the burnout, just like doesn't appear, you know? Rejected.
Yes. I probably could make it do that. I don't think it would even be an issue.
Now, where do I need to go to advance the story?
I always have that issue when I get here.
This is it. Oh, no it's not. Yes it is. No it's not.
Yeah, Shanna just breaks in, I think.
No, that's a...
Oh, no, not yet.
Nighttime. It has to be nighttime.
Yeah. Oh, I think you need to go talk to
Nello?
the person at the shop now. Or at the, right there, at the...
Cafe.
Cafe. Yes.
Cafe's Cafe.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
should be what it's called. Why didn't I ever think of that before? Oh, I'm embarrassed. I should have thought of that 4 or 5 years ago. You call it slowpokes like she knows. Dynamic text. Oh.
Alright, weirdo, where's our prize?
Ah, we're exotic foreigners, huh?
I would like to see someone do a 1-item run. Who's up for a challenge?
My preview video is busted. It's not a loading circle. I like to just make sure that our stream is still running, so if it is, say, we're still here or something.
Yeah, it looks fine for me.
My preview is busted. I need to restart my computer probably anyway. So we're learning about Tiburoa and their focus on astronomy. I like how Albert is like a closet nerd, but has no... He's not turned on to the topic of stars at all. He'll talk about greening the planet, but he excludes stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so the preview's just busted. Yeah, that's the thing about the 1-item run, is deciding like what is the 1 item you keep at any given time. Like, is it an angel's prayer? Is it a healing rain? You know, like, you really have to weigh the value of those items. And then if you do repeat items, which repeat item before Psych Bomb are you keeping? Is it speed up, power up, magic sig stone? Yep, Fester is crazy about the moon that never sets. I wonder why. It couldn't be that it's an anagram of Tesfer, is it? Definitely not. Planets and stars are the same word in Japanese. That's gotta be confusing in speech. I guess maybe it's just a referential kind of a thing, like a lot of words in English have more than one meaning. Now we've got the guard over there, all out of sorts. This time we can ring the bell, ring the bell.
Vorthod said, I love how Kaffee feels the need to explain to residents of this planet that the moon that never sets is that thing you always see in the sky.
It's like, you think we wouldn't know? We also live on this planet.
Hey, you know that moon that never sets? That's the moon that never sets.
Exactly. And also, this is my justification for not having much faith in Dart, because he doesn't even know how to get someone's attention at the door. Shauna's like, I told you I can help, you don't listen. I'm obviously better than you at half of this stuff. Let's talk inside, it's a secret. I don't want anyone to see me out here. You've got little posters on the wall upstairs and everything. And it's the same kind of lamp. If you notice on the right and left hand side, these lamps are glowing orange, the same as the ones that are glowing blue in the other room.
Everyone's got mushroom lamps.
Yeah, they're really, really attractive, right? If you could have, like, you know, exotic, like, fungal lamps and things, you know, neon mushrooms, that's a fun art style, actually. A lot of people draw that kind of stuff. Oh, we're doing the thing.
In astronomy,
cutscene.
a moon that never sets cannot exist.
Cannot exist?
That's right. Stars travel the sky by catching the winds of time. But this moon isn't affected by time. It never moves day or night. That's why it's called the moon that never sets. After counting 108 years, when the moon that never sets glows red, a moon child descends upon the earth to fill the world with holy bliss. A poem of yore telling the fate given by the moon. However, what we really get is the spawning of destruction and fear, that is, the Black Monster.
Black monster.
Why a demon, not a blessing? What does it mean? The mystery has yet to be resolved.
Yeah, the CGI was really good for the late 90s. But yeah, the voice acting is not great.
Alright, let's do some Royal Capital.
Actually, the voice acting in that cutscene is not terrible, but some of the other ones, oh boy, they're not good.
Well, the Dart is the only part of that that's bad, in my opinion.
Mm.
Like, he's trying to sound serious and shocked and whatever. You know, it's Black Monster, but it's just, it's over serious, I feel like, in that context. Maybe he's just hearing the name and he's like feeling a rage inside him, kind of a thing, because it sounds angry almost. But it kind of seems off tone from you know, and of course the cannot exist, which is the more glaring part, if I'm being honest. Fester was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I just started playing the fourth disc a couple days ago, and the cutscene, I don't want to, on the very, very slight chance that someone has not played the fourth disc, I don't want to give away anything.
Mm.
But oh, the cutscene where Rose says, "Oh, it cannot be."
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's one of the worst, yeah, worst directed lines. We'll take a peek at the moon. Sure. Yeah, Zachary. The voice acting is really hit or miss, and it just depends. I've always said before that because this game was so ambitious and so large, and combine that with Sony's inexperience, that a lot of things, including management of quality assurance, fell through the cracks. The consistency is kind of all over there. There's some great Rose lines, but other ones like "cannot be" is just awful. Let's take a
How
peek
is
at
it
the
in
moon.
Japanese for anyone who might actually know? Is it any better in the original?
I've got a question, Corey. Do you have a way to like stop the scene from advancing? Because what I'd like to do is when we get the graphics a little more improved and we get the upscale in here, maybe, we've seen some of the background images, but that doesn't include the animated parts. And I'd like to get us like a nice GIF of this. But when I press the X button here, I don't know if that's enough time to get a loop out of that.
I'm not going to do it if you call it a GIF.
Really? You're gonna go there. You're actually
Yes.
going to hold that hostage against me. I will
Yep.
fight you. Oh God.
But in all seriousness, at the moment, no, because these are all the submaps are controlled with scripting,
Hmm.
and scripting is currently almost a complete black box.
Okay.
Later, if we can, I mean, I've got a script disassembler and decompiler that kinda works, but it's in no means like a state where we'd actually be able to like decompile a script, change it, and recompile it. If we can get to that state later on, then yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
That's a ways away though.
We don't remember what you said.
Damien Kaiser says, "Legend of Dragoon."
In fairness, the G in Legend is soft, so leave it alone. The G is soft. We're gonna have to agree to disagree because the G in Dragoon is hard, so.
Comment from a few minutes ago by Marino Kadame one. Is there a way to redub those cutscenes? That's actually pretty easy. That doesn't even really involve many of the like Legend of Dragoon specific tools. Those cut and then changed and re-imported.
Forethought says, let's compromise with a reverse. The leg end of Dragoon. The... Hold on, if everyone will give me just a moment, I need to see if we have a bandwidth issue in the house. If someone else is streaming 4K TV or something, it's killing my live stream.
Yeah, you were a little choppy there.
Okay, it says reconnection successful. Now, technically, the downloading shouldn't be an issue.
Strife, I'm actually in a group chat on Discord with Suna.
Alright, I think it was just momentary. YouTube was giving me a warning. I just wanted to double check with my roommates real quick. Sorry about the delay. I need to find a service provider that actually has respectable upload speeds, because most of them, like Comcast or Charter or whatever, Spectrum, they give you a decent enough download speed. You know, I have like 10 or 16 megabytes per sec download, but upload is hyper low. Like, I can barely stream in decent HD, which for LOD it doesn't really matter, but if I want to do any other kind of, you know, HD live streaming, it's very difficult to do so. So I've got to find a way. Like, I wish Google Fiber was available in my area. I should probably double check and see just in case, but I feel like the rollout on that has been really slow over the last couple years.
Yeah, before I moved out of the city, I had 1.5 gigabit symmetric connection. I missed that.
Alright, it seems like no one else is uploading anything in the house, so it's probably just a random hiccup, but we have, I've dropped 1,400 frames already. That's 16% of all frames I've streamed. I don't know how.
For the most part, your video has looked fine.
I've dropped to some like 100 frames here and there before, but when it's 1,500 almost, that's kind of concerning. I'm gonna have to double check my setup or try another another method to stream. There's a couple different protocols for streaming. I'm gonna try a different one in the future. Strife98 saying, I don't know if you already said this, Corey. The Keem and Sunamods communities are both keeping a close eye on this. They have great interest in making a voice acting mod for this in the future if possible. So Strife, if you're still here, we might want to chat. I have actually talked with the people who are doing the fan dub project for LOD. It's a YouTube thing. I asked for, let me get my head straight. I asked if it would be okay to use some of the voice lines that they record for their videos and make it into a voice mod for playing LOD someday on the Severed Chains platform. And the reception is really positive so far, so that might be a thing. And as is the general policy, you know, there can be multiple mods of the same kind of a thing. Like, there can be 2 or 3 different script mods with different people's takes on it. Different people's, you know, way of writing, or different people's way of voicing as well. So if you also want to make your own voice mod, that is also a thing that we would welcome very much. I want a lot more mods for LOD, so bring it on.
Yeah, the more the better.
It'll be easier for us to make a recommended set as well, like for people who just want a simple upgrade and like just want an all-inclusive package. We'll give them like a. Is it possible to do, Corey, like a preset that enables a set of mods? So if we just say like the general quality of life pack will include you know, Void Wave script mod, the upscale, you know, whatever, those kind of things.
I mean, the easiest way would just be to throw them all into a zip file or something, because there'll be a mod folder, and basically all you have to do is just drop the mods into the mod folder. At some point, we'll integrate a mod manager into the launcher itself, but
yeah, that's more what I was thinking down the road.
Yeah.
All right, so apparently we're going to dub now.
We definitely wouldn't want to host random mods, because that's kind of it's a difficult thing to do safely. But we could definitely host like curated lists of mods, ones that we've vetted.
Yeah, exactly.
Hosting code from people is not a minefield that I think we should venture into.
No. I'm just looking for a certain song. It's not that one. I don't have all my songs fully sorted out yet. But I guess we can just run the world map for a moment while we cruise through. Make the Barrens a little more happy sounding. Technically, we're running a music mod in the way that I'm just playing whatever closest tracks I can find at the moment to go along with where I am. So enjoy your music mod where random tracks play. Yeah, Marino. Model swapping will be somewhat easier. There's still a lot of work to do there. But as far as I know, Corey, we're going to more easily be able to make use of Doom Metal's work. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, which is basically rather than using ISOs, well, it'll still use the ISOs, but the first time you'll launch the game,
You're cutting out a bit.
it'll unpack all of the files and convert them into more reasonable file formats.
Gotcha.
Test.
I don't know if it's you or
Is
me.
this working?
It's mostly fine. You just paused for a moment of where then your voice caught up after like 5 seconds.
Okay. So basically, once we get this all running. Okay. Once we get this all working, basically the entire game's files will just be out in the open, rather than packed up and compressed and yada yada. And we'll also be converting them into like modern file formats. Then it'll just be as easy as opening them up in Blender or whatever, editing them, and then just saving them back into the same place.
Alright, time for a boss fight. Which theme is it? 1 or 2? I think it's 1. I didn't even
Audio
think
support
about
in the PC port yet?
Oh, sorry. It seems like we're talking over each other because there's more time delay right now.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. But yeah, Zachary, I'm not sure if you heard that or not, but yeah, we don't have music and sound effect support yet.
We might have lost Corey.
I can hear you.
Hi. I wonder if my live stream to you is making it worse right now.
I'm not seeing the stream though.
Which stream are you talking about?
I mean, it's not the end of the
Discord
world if you want to stop the Discord stream. Discord's fine, but YouTube is not working.
one? Is the YouTube stuttering for anyone
Okay,
else?
I can see YouTube now.
So maybe for some reason I just have lower upload right now than usual, and I need to be more careful. Okay, it seems fine to them.
Okay. Could have been my end.
Okay. I lost all train of thought. Sorry, Corey.
No worries.
That's a respectable amount of damage for Volcano. I didn't prepare at all. I didn't even think about the boss fight. I was just running through to... Oh, we're just going to go straight to Do now. Totally forgot about one of my favorite villains, Mappy. But you don't really
What
need
makes
to...
him your favorite villain?
He's well designed. Generally, my number one reason to like something is if it's well made. You know, even if it's not my exact thing, if it's well made, I'm really into it. Like, you know, Frugal is just a really large, you know, ruffian kind of a character. I'm not into ruffians in general. You know, leaders who are vulgar and like abusive. You know, obviously not my thing, especially real life. But it just didn't, you know, attract me at all. But you know, the voice acting combined with the moveset is just delivered really well, I guess. Even the karate chop attack and sound. The number one thing is probably the eat this with the boulder. You know, it's a tiny little rock that comes out of his pocket, and he touches it like it's a Pokeball that expands really large. Whoosh! You know, and then like, how does it not break your back? And
Plot armor.
The pet summons goofed us. Like I would love to be that good of a voice actor someday that I could say one word that well. You know, most people focus on the Rodriguez, but the goofdus is also really well spoken in my opinion, and that's really attracting for me. I think just in general, you know, a boss shouldn't be a boss unless they're well designed and a threat and actually worth having the boss tag. You know. So Mappy comes to mind. I don't include the bad AI design though. Like that's just AI design. If they were actually programmed to use their wider range of moveset before they actually fall, of course they look more interesting that way. But I keep that in mind. You know, like Zackwell, you've got the blood sacrifice summon. You've got this invulnerability state where he's like a manta shark kind of a thing or something hybrid. You've got undead Lavits that can do flower storm. It's all there, you know. The Sandor Elite is well designed in my opinion. The first one, not the second one. So, you know, Mappy, even though I'm not into assassins or anything like that, as an archetype, like when I play RPGs, I never choose the assassin almost ever. I don't like it. It's not my style. But it's just so good. And it's one of the only uses of claw weapons in the game too.
It is a bit of a shame that the AI in this game is so simplistic, if you can even really call it AI.
That's the other thing. We need to do an AI mod. Let's add it to the list.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I
I'm
think
sure
we
that
could
would be a
probably drastically
nightmare,
improve
but as an idea.
Extreme hard mode where the enemies play like players.
Yeah. Oh god. At that point, you almost don't need a hard mode.
Coordinate and use strategy.
Yeah. We got some translite. Let's use that. Didn't I just buy the translite actually? Why didn't I use that? Oh, you missed. Ah, that did not go well, or I don't know what. Still 140 damage though, not bad. And that finished it. Tension?
Yeah, next time you use a multi, try doing it on the keyboard.
Oh, I forgot to do that. I'm sorry. Oh, Mappy's missing some shoulders in part of the shot. Let's see. I want to run all these cutscenes in an older build just to see all the glitches. Oh. Oh. The Dragoon Spears, he lost it! His hand's off! Oh god.
Yeah, they do render much better than they used to, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Rose's arm is missing. Mappy's lost his arms. Rose! Total vanishing is right. Damn it. This is worse than getting a gravity grabber right after you lose Lavitz.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Strategic camo.
You know, we have some good clips from these live streams that we should make YouTube shorts out of them, shouldn't we?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of great stuff, especially it's mostly the cutscenes that are in the combat engine.
Mm-hmm.
That and the giant disembodied floating rose head drifting gently off into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's my favorite. Well, I know that one's my favorite.
Alright, so this is the part where you tell me we have no dart mod ready, right? So I can still go special?
Yeah, not yet.
Ah.
Yeah.
Darn.
I mean, we're getting pretty stable, so maybe I'll look into that sometime
Yeah.
soon.
Just in case you're lying to me, Okay, you're not lying to me. Got it. Okay. I had to check.
I gotta start working on the new game options menu.
Yeah, eventually.
It'd be nice to integrate the inventory size adjustment on like a per save basis.
Yeah. Well, I had a thought about that, and I know this would be work, but from a structural standpoint, would you agree with the idea of having a like a, what do they call it, Iron Man option for save files, so that when you choose Iron Man mode, any of the settings you apply stay that way, like the difficulty, the item size or item inventory amounts, all that stuff is set in stone, and then anything that's not Iron Man mode, you can still toggle those things
Yeah,
on
I mean
and
that's
off.
easy enough to do.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do.
If y'all like the idea of these kinds of features, send us some more money through Ko-fi to either the fandom in general or quickly, so that we can help justify the work that we're doing here. These are large investments that we're making, and we'll never predicate it on funding, but it does help us ensure more features and consistency as well, more regular updates. I should do that.
Yeah, I mean I'll keep working on it either way, but I have put many hundreds of hours into this.
Yeah. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will experience buffering. You know, I wonder if I should switch down to 30 frames per second, if that's part of the issue. Because I've dropped 9,000
I mean
frames.
the max that the game runs at is 30, so switch it
Yeah.
to 30. There's not really
I'm gonna have to...
I'm still seeing it.
I'm lowering the output to like 7...
I'll
5,
I'll actually be back in 1 second too. I'm gonna see if there's anything going on my end. So I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. I just set the bitrate a little lower. Okay, so it seems like now I'm getting green across the board on my end, but YouTube is still having an issue. Testing, or am I coming through smoothly right now? I'm gonna change the music to something else. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Really? Because my stream went down to 0 kilobits per second and it's flashing yellow and red occasionally right now. I don't know what the hell is causing this. Normally I almost never drop frames. I'm gonna have to just try a different streaming method next time and do a test that is not during our regular schedule and see how it goes. But I will try to continue here. Corey's also off call temporarily to investigate on his side. It's aptly timed. Rose is like, we don't have time for fooling around like that. And it's like, Rose, I'm trying to fix the live stream. We need to have time. I know it's not a processor bottleneck because I'm running a 10,900K. And it's not a GPU bottleneck either. Am I wearing overalls without a... I am not an overalls person as far as I know. I don't like the aesthetic at all.
As far as you know.
Which is kind of sad because, you know, in the queer community, overalls are kind of a thing. And I just do not like them at all, and it's sad. Like, the... this might even be wrong, but the only way I like overalls is if they're on Steve Urkel. So, I don't know what that means. Try and close the window here.
I'm sure there's something deep down there.
You find that funny?
A little bit.
Okay. Oh, disconnected again. What's going on here? So it's reconnecting instantly, but I'm getting weird drops. So I wonder if it's actually the service provider? Is our ISP dying? I'm not sure if
It
it's
definitely
the
could be.
The router is, you know, the router's been golden for a long time. I don't think it would be the router. I'll just have to do some checks and just reset each component, like reset the modem, reset the router, do some diagnostics, check for packet loss and stuff like that, just in case it's related. Just whatever I can do to test. Hell, even trying live streaming on a different computer on the same network to try and, you know, process of elimination. What nice peaceful music for this little battle sequence between Lloyd and the crafty thieves. All they wanted was 50. There's 2 battle axes on the right over that building, but just to the left of that, there's like some kind of pole with a person hanging from it, and that might be like a balancing scale. Is that like a general store? But why is there like a wooden dummy hanging there? Like, it looks like a crucifixion. It's kind of scary.
I don't know. I kind of see it.
It's definitely a person. I was posting recently. Zycronix, did that look like a human to you? If you need me to go back, just say so. Oh,
What do we got? What do we got in the upscale?
Stardust. Because obviously, you know, the upscale, which adds detail that wasn't there, will totally be authoritative, right?
Exactly.
You know, here's the thing about, you know, the live stream having issues, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I've solved other problems with cloud-based issues by just getting a local version of it, you know, like getting a Blu-ray of the content so I can always watch the movie whenever I want, no no streaming troubles if the internet goes out or the service provider has an outage. I just have it, and I can do it whenever I want. So the solution to our live streaming troubles is that we'll just invent near instantaneous travel around the planet so people can hop in anytime they want, and we'll host this at a local setting where, like, I'm sitting in front of a desk and it goes on a projector to a giant screen like you're at a drive-in movie or something, okay? And that way nothing can go wrong. There's no time delay. Everything is better, right? We just gotta
Just use Wingly Magic or something.
We're gonna create a pocket dimension and localize this. Absolutely. Any idea when the upscale might be ready? It's pretty far along at this point, but it's still going to be a little bit longer. Originally, the planned release timing was going to be last year around Christmas time, so 1 year ago. But it came to be the case that, you know, life happens. It can, you know, create burnout if you're not careful doing that much AI model training and rerunning things and restacking the different filter layers and all that stuff. And on top of that, I remember that one of the big reasons was that by the time they... so it's Zychronics and the Flying Zamboni, and I believe they're roughly splitting the work in half, so 2 discs per person. So by the time they got done with their first discs, when they got to their second discs, the upscale started looking a lot better because they got more experience. You know, when they first started, they didn't have any experience, and so the upscales look kind of worse in their view. So the decision was made to redo the first discs that they tasked themselves with originally, and redo that whole first set of upscales. So that's part of what has extended the timing. But there's still no current ETA. There's no dates right now. So whenever it gets done, it'll be available, and it'll be well worth the wait. So I think from here, Corey, we need to go to the mayor's office.
Yes.
First, I'm gonna check out the shop here. Yeah, doing a 3D reconstruction of the pre-rendered backgrounds, which is kind of a little rough in itself because these were originally 3D scenes. I would do almost anything to have those files and find a way to like port them into Blender or something more modern than what they used, so they could be usable and more easily modded, you know. There's so many things I could think of for that.
Yeah, that would be a huge undertaking. Very cool results, but yeah.
Yeah, that's not really
undertaking.
feasible at all. You need to have a lot of patience and some skill. There have been some partials, like Nero saying they did part of Flets. I think Geo is the name of someone who did a partial reconstruction. It was just a vertical slice, not the whole game, in Unreal Engine. And there's a couple others out there as well. I'll do a silver vest. And we'll do double tiara. You know, it's a shame with the tiaras because there's almost no monster in the entire game that has magic evasion. So it's like a very niche item, and you basically just get it for the regular defense stats, you know.
Yeah, odd choice for weapon stats.
Well,
I feel like it was probably just kind of like a disjoint between the teams.
technically,
One team making items, one team making
Well, yeah.
enemies without much communication.
Yeah, that's definitely how their company had to operate, because there was just so much stuff going on to develop the game. Like, they all just had to work in their own spaces. But I was gonna say, technically, it is an appropriate setting because helmets determine the accuracy values for your characters. So let's look at that for a minute. This is why this community is amazing. So we found out that your accuracy value, your A hit and your M hit. Is my mouse gonna register on this? Yeah. So you've got your A hit and your M hit. That's your physical and magical attack chance. These are both at 100% by default for just about everything. There are some exceptions. And this value is not actually baked into the character. The value comes from the helmet. So any helmet that doesn't have a listed accuracy upgrade is actually still giving you plus 100% accuracy. That is how it works. So it actually starts at 0.
That's a very odd choice.
And that's why, you know, when you're equipping different helmets, let me find, yeah, if I'm equipping a bandana, it doesn't show a difference because they have the same values. Which is consistent with other equipment, where if you change the equipment and there's just a regular dark brown color, there's no change in value, but there is still a value there. So that's the thing.
Lots of strange choices in the game engine.
Certain things do increase it. The longbow, for example, gives another 10% here. And you also...
Vorthought says, so if you could take off your helmet, you'd be blind.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. If you take off your helmet, you know, if you remove your bandana, you can't see, because it's like, I don't know, Dart tries to take off his bandana and he just drops it over his eyes instead, and it's considered unequipped at that rate. I don't know. It's not realistic. It was just a really
you got glasses built into the helmet.
It's just a really interesting way to anchor the statistics of the characters. You know, you think it'd be baked in like speed, but it isn't. So, surprise. Helmets do that. And this was made possible thanks to...
prescription helmet?
Yeah, prescription. Knowing this was made possible thanks to, I believe, Zychronics, who gave me the original, the first data dump of equipment. And also minor mobs and all that stuff. And in the equipment, I could see, oh, you know, the helmets provide 100% plus on the accuracy. So you're welcome. Need to have a helmet equipped, which is interesting because actually, you know, in a lot of RPGs, you can have nothing in the slot. You know, you can have no helmet, no chest, and then you would just not receive stats. But you have to always have something in the slot.
So what you're saying is we can't do a streaker run.
Yeah. Which is sad because streakers run, right? So there we go.
I guess.
Let's do a new save.
I'll fix that and make it so that they only add or subtract from 100, and then we can do streaker as hard mode.
Going on. Nope, we just had another drop, so apparently it's not my bitrate.
A little while ago, Nero asked what we would do with full 3D assets. One interesting thing would be like taking new freeze frames to use as submap backgrounds.
What do you mean?
Like we'd be able to take higher resolution like background images.
If we did new models of these scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wouldn't need an upscale at that rate.
Exactly. Wouldn't need to do AI upscaling because we could just render in a higher resolution.
Here's a crazy idea. Put the game in a 3D space. It's obviously a lot more work, but number one, you would be able to have native widescreen. Number two, you could switch between the classic cams and a follow dart cam around the city.
Yep, that would be a lot more work.
Oh yeah. We're good at creating work. Oh hey, it's Neosci. Hello. See if I can remember.
Okay.
It wasn't my first foray. My first foray was like the Game Winners forums back in like 2000, 2001. But when I first did a big campaign with the community, I was Oh Scotty Does Know to combat the Lustra song from Eurotrip movie on YouTube. I was Oh Scotty Does Know. I didn't make hardly any videos. I made some, funny video about Advent Rising. And then I also started doing LOD videos. And this was September 2007 or so. And a bunch of people responded. And I don't know how that's possible because, like, I didn't know anything about setting hashtags for my videos or how to market with good titles or anything. I just kind of did the best I could as a naive 18-year-old or so. And droves of people showed up to show support. And I didn't know what else to call it. I didn't know what a fandom was. So I just called it a support group, like we needed help. And
the Legend of Dragoon support group. I like it.
And Neosci is one of the people who came along full of energy, full of joy and positivity, very goofy, and anybody who was around that time knows I needed it because I was serious to a fault. Obviously I was naive and I didn't always know the right thing to do to advance our movement or whatever. And I wish I could have understood it better at the time. Neosci is also the only person on the planet who has taken my voice and made a music remix out of it.
All right.
Relating to...
Is this available?
It is not available. It will never be available.
Can you make it available?
Yes, I can.
Stretch goal? Come on.
Depends on how much. If I get $108, okay, let's call it. If I get $108 a month for my Ko-fi goals, for monthly membership subscriptions from fans and stuff, I will find the song and I will release it. And if I can't find the file, I will re-record my lines that is best to my ability and have Neosci do it again.
All right, everyone, make it happen.
You can quote me on that. $108 a month. I'm currently at $50 a month, I think, so it's not even that hard of a goal to reach. There's a Ko-fi thing up there that scrolls through the text boxes up there. You'll see it.
Yes, Icronix, it is a challenge.
I swear, I hope there's not a ability to do a custom amount. I only have tiers up to $20, but if someone does like a custom $50 just to spite me, I swear to God. All right, Maru's theme. New Maru's theme here. I'm getting distracted. See, it's lowering the quality of the stream with all this nonsense.
I don't know. I think this is increasing the quality.
The point is, Corey, that Neosci was and still is a very important person to me for their impact from 2007 and on and off since then. Because after we stopped doing the LOD like community group thing through YouTube,
yeah, the young internet was a lot more fun.
I'll never get it back.
Yeah.
The days where you never thought there would be crazy, wild stuff going on. In the show community.
Love that show.
There's the scene where Jeff, the main character, Jeff Winger, throws the die up in the air and has it land on a 1, 2, or 3, or a 6, and there's different timelines that unfold from that die roll. What I think is that they're all kind of converging on this one universe is what's happening. Like, if things seem more effed up than they could possibly be, it's because the normal amount of effed up stuff is what we have plus the normal amount from other universes. And LOD is a game about extra dimensions, so that's why this is happening, right?
Must be.
Like, that's neither here nor there, but I'm just using that as an excuse. We happen to be playing a video game that features dimensions in the background. You have, I love talking about it. You've got a pocket dimension in Flets, where we just were. You've got the dimensional portal for Kubila. He just uses a scythe to cut it into the air, and that opens a gateway to some dark hell where there's a giant interdimensional frog lizard that blows bubbles to deal damage. You know, we're lucky that when we blow, little kids are blowing bubbles at each other, they're not dealing damage to each other. That would be terrifying, right? You don't want that. And
It would be.
we've got one of my favorites, Zackwell, doing a blood sacrifice to summon the god of death, which is the skull of the giant half skeleton that's pink and spews the pink mist. That skull actually matches the skull on the side as well, so it's really, you know, secretively immersive. And there's other dimensions with the hitting there too. Alright, we've got a new party member. Are we all still here? Just checking. I feel like I have to be, force myself to be paranoid and check if we actually are still live every now and then. Nope, no Pelpy yet.
Yeah, the stream's good to me.
Brother Garrett is too soft. Look at all these little baked shadows for the glasses and drinks over there. That's just so much attention to detail. It's like, let's add a light source and then bake it.
Yeah, the pre-rendered cutscenes are all really good. Or the pre-rendered backgrounds, rather.
Here's a nice view of the sea, which, as noted later, is bigger than Congo. Very exciting. Actually, there's a landmass way off in the distance there. You cut out just now.
I seem to be experiencing technical difficulties.
Possibly.
I think it might actually be Discord,
Really?
because it is using excessive amounts of CPU.
It's probably just, you know, a coincidence that we're both experiencing issues at the same time, but I wonder if it's just me having trouble getting... I don't know. I don't understand. I'm just gonna try and focus. We'll probably go for another...
Saying $5 goal. So
Yeah.
just saying, that's already $89.95.
No, that's not the same thing. The only downside of switching
It's not.
from Patreon to Ko-fi is Patreon has a feature where you can set a monthly goal. So, you know, when I hit 25 bucks a month, then I will do this for all my people. Or I'll do an extra video per month or something. I'll have my web server costs covered. Then when I hit 50 bucks a month, I will do this. When I have 100 bucks a month, I will do that. But Ko-fi, I moved to Ko-fi because everything else felt better, lower fees and all this other stuff. But the one thing it doesn't have is monthly goals. I can only set a static goal of like, you know, X dollars, and then when I reach that goal, I go back to 0 or I just leave it. So it's just a static goal. It isn't from monthly totals. It's from like the amount I've earned since I set the goal, which is not conducive at all to how I do things and how a lot of people do things. They actually posted an update about goals, I think, on their blog, and I responded to it and got some upvotes or something, or some replies that were positive and wanted it too. So I know I'm not the only one who needs a monthly goal feature. Currently, I have to track it by myself.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's I just don't use that. I should probably just reset it, or just set some kind of one-off goal. But the problem with it would be better if it only counted one-offs, I guess. I don't know, because it's a static goal, not a monthly goal. Like let me have a choice of static and or monthly goals.
Yeah, that
you
would
know?
make more sense.
Anyway. So YouTube is suggesting that I set the stream bitrate a lot lower. I could do that. My readout is
That
really
detonating
confusing.
arrow rendered pretty well.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I don't think I can go to the valley yet, so I have to go to Fletz for a pass. Very, very fast loading into
you
battle.
do need the path. Yeah, the transition is almost too fast.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do there. I think once we do the rewrite into actual OpenGL,
Oh, I think we have a crash.
I might have it render.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, it's slow. It's 0.37 frames per second. What happened? Oh, it just snapped back. I'm gonna control S. That was weird.
good call. That's odd. I've never seen a slowdown like that happen.
Yeah, and this machine is overkill for what this is, so... plus it has your software rendering improvements, so that also wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I usually run on my laptop that I have limited to like 15 watts of power. And I don't even get slowdowns on that, so I'm not
Okay.
really sure what happened there.
Strange. I could try and check the log. But even...
We'll just pretend it didn't happen.
Come on. I need the log to stop
If
loading
it
new
happens
lines.
again, then we'll be... Good luck with that.
If
If it happens again, then
yeah.
we'll
Okay.
be concerned about it.
Yeah, I can't see anything besides the green info type. Oh, people are hurting. We need some health.
Yeah.
Dart's like, I'll still shoot an arrow. I got this. Oh, I left the mouse over. And I know I've got to change the music as well. I'll do that shortly.
TFZ says, soundtrack so perky for everyone almost dying.
Yeah. Nope, I think the ground's missing. Oh, there we go, fixed.
I wouldn't worry about it. It happens. You're near the Valley of Corrupted Gravity.
The ground's missing, it happens. Oh, this series is that we're doing is so quotable. All right, we're back in Fletz.
Yep.
There we go.
And I believe now we actually are going into the castle.
Finally. Backtracking volume 1 of 7 or so. It's not really 7 times, but there's a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, this whole area is kind of a lot of just walking back and forth.
Mm-hmm. The one upside is that it's a nice break from combat.
Yeah.
Having the mappy boss fight is like an island of combat surrounded by non-combat. All right, oh, do I have
that's true.
I think I have something for. Let me check my equipment because I didn't. Oh shoot. Let's change the edition. Yeah, Whip Smack just got done.
Can we see how the
Huh?
Can we see how the planetarium renders? I haven't looked
yeah.
at that in a while, and I want to see if it's
I'll
any
try.
better.
Okay. Let me just finish the equipment here. I should have used a sparkle arrow against Mappy. I totally forgot.
Although every time I ask you to do something specific, it crashes. So let's
Yeah.
just do a quick save first.
Yeah. We don't have save anywhere yet, do we?
No, not yet. That'll be another new game option.
Oh, she's.
But we do have save states for now.
I did not get a Morning Star. My other playthrough, I got a Morning Star like 2 or 3 times. Got very lucky. Not in this, but in another, like a regular emulated thing. And so it was like, hey, Morning Star right away for Maru, Beast Fang right away for Haschel. It was great.
That's pretty good.
I need a save file. I need a save spot. Save point. Save point. I need a save point. We'll get some healing while we're here. Actually, I don't think I needed that. Wait, which... I'm not sure if that was like a... Yeah, that was a status fixer. Where's the other one? I'm forgetting. But there's that,
There's another yellow door.
Yeah.
Right there.
There's another one of those skeleton models that are all around the country. And a drawing of a human. In like a... What do you call it? That model form. Where it's just like a rough sketch kind of a thing with the circles. And turn on icons. Is there... Oh, this one. And it has a save point. Perfect. Very handy. Let's heal first.
Here you go.
There we go. Now we can go forward to the castle. The Vitruvian man.
Gotta see the planetarium first.
And Maru with the perfect idea to just charge the giant guard. It's like as big as Frugal. And look at how like large that like jousting spear is or whatever. Like you could just bash through the whole party with that thing.
Yeah, they really grow them big in flats.
Apparently. I want to know, I was going to ask before when the imposter Emil was around, what's going on with this structure over here?
You could always make the guard small.
This structure right here. What is going on with this? Is it like a little birdhouse? A big birdhouse, maybe? It's huge. What is it for? I don't know.
Maybe for one of those birds you see in Lohan.
Oh, yeah. Good answer. Dart's taking so little action about the whole love situation that even the random garden Fletz is getting involved. Let's break through. That's a Dart answer. She does it again. You know, it's funny that, like, we just met Maru 5 or 10 minutes ago. Knocking out crafty thieves and bandits, which I understand, you know, are lower tier, but it's an awesome moment for Maru. Gets out the hammer and everything. But here, doesn't make a dent. Like, at least bring out your hammer again and, like, spar with the knight here. Look, he's got his back turned. Run in! Oh, there's another one. It's his twin brother. Now I think we go to Caffey's place. Caffey's Cafe. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
Now we get to trade in some Stardust. I think we'll get the physical ring here.
How much do you have?
Over 10. I haven't gotten them all, I don't think, but I've gotten most of them. So I've probably got like 13. I'm hesitant to guess the exact number. I'm not using a Stardust guide. By the way, one of the nice things about legendofdragoon.org, our unified global community website, is that we have some guides on the website. One of those guides is a Stardust guide. And we don't have all 50 images yet, we've got like 10. But we do have all 50 locations in text. And it includes checkboxes, which will be saved with cookies. So if you don't clear your cookie cache or whatever, you can come back to the website and see where you left off with your checkboxes, if it's working correctly. A more surefire bet, if you would like to do it differently, we have a link to a Google Doc that has checkboxes, and you can print that out on your printer. So you can even print out our Stardust guide and have it next to your, you know, PlayStation,
retro,
folded in half. Kind of. You remember you used to print out GameFAQs guides and everything? I want to bring those feelings back in new ways. So print out a Stardust guide from legendofdragoon.org under the guides section of the nav. At the low
I'm
price
not
of
even gonna try to.
$0.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your username, but the person on the stream is Drew, the community manager, and I am Monoxide. Yeah.
And even though our two names are side by side in this case, you never want to draw in Monoxide. We are a unexpected pairing, the two of us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks. That's a very kind comment. We appreciate that so much. Oh, I didn't see Martel in Bale. That's what's going on here. The alt text is coming up right now. That's what. Instead of saying, "Oh, it's you again. It's you folks." It's a new thing. Technically,
I don't think I've ever actually seen that.
Technically, it's most of the same lines, just restructured very slightly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Drew, you're getting booed for your pun.
Well, you're gonna hate me when I write a book of puns. 18 Stardust, so I'm very close to the second reward. What's the second one? War God Sash, or is that number 3? I don't remember.
You must have gotten most of them if you have 18 by now.
Yeah. I know the first one's a physical ring, and the last one's a vanishing stone. The second to last one at 40 is the rainbow earring. So I think that leaves... Is it War God Sash or something else? I forget. I forget the rewards. I usually know this stuff by heart. /guides/stardust. I know the URL by heart for the Stardust guide. LD.org/guide/stardust.
Oh, there you go. That's a start.
I was correct. So 10 is physical ring, like I was saying. 20 is amulet. I wasn't even thinking of that one. 30 is the War God Sash, which I was thinking of. And I got Rainbow Earring and Vanishing Sun right. So I was really just missing the one. So 4 out of 5 is not bad.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
This is why you should, every one of you watching this should create your own projects of things you're passionate about or things you refer to. So that way, when you are trying to find the answer, just refer to your pre-existing research, and then you don't have to scour the web to constantly refer to things because your, internal hard drive is full.
Story of my life.
I'm gonna reopen that tab really quickly. By the time I reach Fletz, I should have 20, so I'm missing some.
Missing 2.
Could have had the amulet. Well, I've gotten some
Unless
in
that
Fletz as
includes, unless that includes the ones in Fletz, because there are still
Yeah.
more. There's at least one in the castle.
Yeah, I got the one. I'm using the checkboxes. I got the one in Caffey's bar. I'm missing the one below the church.
Below the church.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, so you've got that one, and then the one on the guard statue in the castle. So you do have all of them.
Yeah. Well, I might need the one in the item shop as well. That might give me the 20. Where is the?
The one below the church and
Oh, is
the
it on
and the
the
one in the
roof. There it is. It's on the roof. Got it. Item shop. This is the weapon shop.
and then there's the one more in the castle.
Yeah.
So and then you've got
Or something. I'm gonna have to probably cut the live stream soon. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll probably save and quit for now, and hope for a less issues next time. I think I already got the Stardust here.
Yeah, you did. You did. The only one that you're missing is the one in the castle.
Okay. All right, we'll go in there really quick. He was probably doing some shady dealings with a tomato seller. It's more than a memento, but I can't tell you why. Of course, if Fester is Soa, that is irrelevant. Fester already knows what a Dragoon spirit is. He is a governor. Well, let's go. And it's nighttime again.
Night happens fast here.
Yeah. I mean, you go to the inn and stay a night to heal your HP, and it happens in 3 seconds.
It's true.
That was a beautiful star background. Let's get some stock footage of, like, real, like, dark sky and put it up there, you know? Damn it, Fester, let me get the Stardust. You cannot go that way, Darts. Saving is not allowed. Stardust collection is not allowed. Nothing
And you
is
also,
allowed.
yeah, you also can't get Stardust.
Oh, we should do the castle. I am.
Legal limitations.
I've been a little behind on chat. Flying Zamboni was saying, I remember wasting entire trees worth of paper on game guides, so yes. Just the other month, I dug up some of my old cheat code printouts. That's one of the only things I have saved from 25 plus years ago, and some of it's, you know, cheat codes for Age of Empires and some other PC games I used to play.
Nice.
But it also, you know, like cheat code central and like old GameSpot and shit. But I also have entire stacks. Like, I have stacks that are reasonably thick of fake codes for the original Pokemon games, Red and Blue. It says at the top, fake Pokemon codes. I printed them out. I printed out the fake Pokemon codes. I brought the printout home with a stapler. I stapled it and everything. And I proceeded to try every fake code in case it was real. Because something got in my,
dedication.
6-year-old head that said, well, maybe they're just saying it's fake to ward people off from really getting it. And only the people who are really going to dive into this are going to get Peekaboo. So apparently I was, the test everything archivist at a very young age. Of course, none of them worked. I didn't get
You came by it naturally.
I never got behind Bill's house. I never found Mew under the truck. And it still hurts. It says fake codes. I fell for it. You know what? Do I have that?
They were even upfront about it.
Yeah, they were even honest. They were honest about the fact that they were fake, and I still bought into it so hardcore. Let's see, is it in the front here? Give me 1 second. I got my file cabinet right here. I don't know if I left it in the file cabinet. But we're gonna take a quick look at my banking. I think my extras are in the back. Just that. Ah, I have a section. Oh, I was in the news apparently. There's a printout of me in the news. This one, let's see here. Okay, some of these are not labeled. But let's take a quick look here.
Am I the only one that didn't print out all the guides and just reference them on the computer?
Come and get your codes and secrets for free. If you have a code or secret, email me. Please don't ask for codes and then say, I'll give you codes if you give me a code for such and such. It's really annoying. Unlimited items. Now, actually, some of these are actually true. The duplicate items thing, and the missing no glitch. Free coins in the game corner. Walk around. Yeah. Let's see here. 99 free Pokeballs. Catch Safari Pokemon near Seafoam Island. This is the Legend of Dragoon stream, by the way, not the Pokemon stream. Is this like one of the earliest?
Oh yeah, or thought back when there was computer rooms.
Is this Comic Sans MS? I can't tell if it's Comic Sans MS. I think it is, and it's a really early printout of Comic Sans MS, if so.
You monster.
Oh my god. It's really too simple to be true. At the title screen, wait for Flareon to pop up, then press left, right, down, up, and then A button. And ta-da, you've got all 150, yay! This one I discovered on accident. Go to Vermilion and talk to, and that's the color of your Pika. Pika yellow, Pika red, Pika blue. That's so stupid.
Something that I did do frequently was Pokemon and item duplication.
Oh my god. I think I must have moved the one that actually... Oh, there it is. It's right in the front. Oh my gosh. Go to Pallet Town and talk to Oak 50 times. Oh my god. Here's another one. For Popemon. P-O-P-E-Mon. Go to Viridian Forest and catch a Metapod. Condemn it as a sinner, as though that's a function of the game, to condemn your Pokemon, and it will transform into a secret Pokemon called Popemon. Hee hee hee! Exclamation points. Jesus.
That sounds legit.
Alright. I can't read anymore. We got a game to play. We gotta close the live stream. So let's get through this. Yeah, the going into Bill's backyard, I never got there. It's not a real thing. You can, so basically there's not a scene for that area, but if you use a certain Game Shark code that lets you like walk on walls and stuff, you could walk to the back of his house, but there's only like 2 squares there or something. There's nothing there. It is useful in other ways, where you can like use it to walk across the water barrier in Cerulean City before you have surf and go straight to the dungeon where Mewtwo is or something. I feel like we observe the most passage of time in Flets. It goes night 2 times at least.
Yeah, you don't really see time passing in a lot of other places.
Alright, we need the Stardust. And we'll do a save. With our instant save technology. Now we have 20 Stardust.
Yeah, you do have them all so far.
Ah, we are being called to the tower. What do you think the odds are that Sony will remaster this? Asks Steamy Jimmy. The odds are very slim. They always have been. In fact, they just let the trademark expire. Technically, there is an extended second grace period, but I don't likely that they have any plans, or they forgot, whatever. They've forgotten about, and other companies have forgotten about their trademark renewals as well. So it's actually kind of common in the gaming industry if you're not careful. But the most likely explanation is that Sony doesn't see LOD as a good risk. With any business, you evaluate what your next product is going to be based on whether it's, a good risk or not, a good financial risk. And LOD does not represent that. There's a lot of potential because bringing remakes of old games back is obviously somewhat popular and can be lucrative, as seen with Final Fantasy or all these other games. I can't pick one right now. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Medieval, there we go. There's some examples. But although there are some edge cases like Medieval, most of those titles are more bankable. Crash is bankable. Spyro the Dragon is bankable. Final Fantasy is probably the most bankable game there is. Series anyway. Bankable means that no matter, even if it's bad, it's going to generate money in sales because people are going to buy it before they read reviews. Or watch reviews, if you will. Same thing with movies. Even if the movie is a total flop, if it's got bankable stars, actor names and such, or if it's a hot topic like Spider-Man, it's automatically going to generate extra money. And that's why it's so easy for those companies or publishing houses to approve those projects, even if it's not necessarily a good idea for whatever reason. But with LOD, the only thing we have going for it is that there's a lot of potential, and that's about it. There's a lot of potential, but to bring this game, like some other games, into a modern space, to even just to remaster it, is not a good idea. I've mentioned this before on Reddit threads and stuff, where like, how do I organize my thoughts on the whim here? Remastering would be a poor move, in my opinion, on the basis that we're going to have the upscale project available soon, and that's going to be free. We're also going to have all these other improvements that, even if they remaster the game, it's not going to have the quality of life things that we add via modding, such as expanded inventory, difficulty settings. Remaster implies only graphics are improved, so there's that. In addition, all of these background images for Dart's walking path are in the old 4:3 aspect ratio. They're not widescreen. Now, most remakes are given the widescreen treatment. I'm pretty sure Medieval is widescreen, Spyro widescreen, Crash widescreen. If you make LOD widescreen, the 3D battle backgrounds can be made widescreen. That's no problem because that's a 3D scene. But these background images, while they were originally 3D scenes, they were actually baked into 2D. So in order to fill that space on the sides, you either have to stretch the image, which is a big no-no, especially if you're the official developer, or you add extra space on the sides, but then you need an artist to match the original art style. You would have to like just redraw the whole thing anyway, so you're already making new content. And it would be weird to try and finish my thought here. It it would be weird to have nothing interactive on the sides. If you do put interactive stuff on the sides, like new buildings to walk into, new characters to talk to inside those buildings or whatever, that constitutes a remake because you're generating new content that way. So remaster just doesn't work. It would be very poor optics. It would be a repeat of the original mistake where they focus too much on graphics. Yes, they're beautiful graphics, but they focus too much on graphics and not enough on the QA of the voice acting being consistent, the script being quality translated, so there's not a bunch of grammatical errors and crap. Got worsened and all this stuff, you know, from the hero competition. So focusing on graphics is just generally the wrong move. That should be a feature, but that's also just standard these days to have good graphics. So a remake is kind of necessary, and that's also a bigger risk.
Marino, probably the reason that they decided to cancel the sequel because the game performed very poorly in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Very low sales. Only the United States sales made up for it. US/Canada. And the budget was what, 16 million, not including marketing? Something like that.
Yeah, that was a pretty big budget for the time.
Are we doing the banquet dinner now? Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
Nope. Where am I supposed to go? We'll check on the party. Nope. We already talked to Lisa, right? So I forgot what to do. No one's here. Where do I go? Oh, I should have been paying attention. It was a good time to talk about stuff, though.
Do you have to talk to the person
Oh, I talked to Libria.
who's walking right now?
Libria, come back.
I think you have to talk to. I think you have to talk to her.
Almost no one remembers
Sorry,
Libria.
I'm not exactly
okay.
synced up with you.
That's okay. Yeah, it is the dining room. So let's do the uneasy state. Pretty sure this is the right music. The banquet is one of the best scenes in the game. It's like, hey, you're cute. Probably hurt Albert's feelings.
Isn't she a great eater?
Are you still wasting time on useless things? Those things with moons or stars? You think Winglies would have the greatest appreciation for the stars, you know, being magically advanced and everything? Being able to, you know, levitate off the earth into the sky. But I guess not all of them can hold those ideals. Linus is just doesn't care about much and just wants to go have a romantic honeymoon somewhere.
I don't know. She doesn't seem very shy to me.
The horse riding accident. Yeah, there's Maru's got the right idea. Get the hammer. There would definitely have been new Dragoons, I think. As far as new elements, they need to clean up the Thunder oddity, but I wouldn't want to see too many more. Like sticking to base elements seems best compared to like adding variations a lot. I wonder if they just made Thunder just because they needed the seventh. They needed a seventh, and they didn't want to make it non-elemental, so Haschel got Thunder. It'd be a lot cleaner if there was just 6 Dragoons. But I think there's something about storytelling, whereas 7 is the magic number for party size for some reason. I don't know why. Like, that wasn't... I know it was an adaptation, but it wasn't that way for the North American Power Rangers. Is it 7 main characters? Not sure.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I never really watched much TV when I was a kid.
I happened to see various shows in pieces. Beast Wars, Reboot, Beetleborgs, Vampires, that was really Edge Case 1. Power Rangers, like the first 1 or 2 series. I didn't like the later ones, or I just grew out of it, but I was into the... It's overly campy and cheesy and not well designed in some ways, but OG Power Rangers, the aesthetic of Zeo, maybe, definitely in space. I was all about the in space. That was like my first outer space fandom awakening, was Power Rangers in space, I think. That and maybe some like
TFC. TFC says, "Will you compliment Maru?"
Did I already do the prompt and not pay attention to it? I forget what the dialogue change is. Sure. Yeah, I've been saying before, having Minento party member would be amazing. Like, Minento Dragoon is probably my #1 Dragoon concept request. Probably slotted into the era of the Dragon campaign or something. Because they can't be one of the main 7, those are already characters, but for all the extra Dragoons...
Well, all you have to do to make a Minito Dragoon is use the debug tools to make Kongle tiny.
No. Look, if you want to talk about modding the actual game we have already in existence, I will just put in Pelpy as a character, okay? We're gonna have Pelpy Dragoon, because he literally shows up in Donau later saying, "Oh, I would love to have one of those shiny stones." And even though he doesn't necessarily know what he's talking about, it's just picture perfect. Pelpy Dragoon. It needs to be a thing. Strawberry hair is gonna look fabulous, okay? I know hair. It's gonna be fabulous.
Yeah, let's do it.
It needs to be a thing. Have the wings bigger than the torso. Others have said that it should be proportionate, but I kind of want to try the other way and see how it looks at least, where it's like a tiny body, giant wings. Maybe one of his things could be like an apparition where he does like a, I don't know, Sandor Elite kind of a thing where each of the wings looks like an apparition of him, and the enemy's got to guess which one is him. That's probably a bad idea, but...
Which element? That is a good question.
Well, based on the clothing, maybe wind? But it could be anything, you know. Well, actually, there's your new element, strawberry. It tastes good.
You know what? Fair enough.
Fair enough. So I think that'll do us for the live stream tonight. We're hitting the 2-hour mark, and I'm having a lot of dropped frames and stuff, so...
we're both having, like,
Strange.
super weird technical issues.
Is it a full moon tonight? Is the moon red again? we just had the total lunar eclipse. I'm kind of skeptical. A little shindig that's going on, so I will not be available. We're off next Friday in 1 week, and then 2 Fridays from now, universe willing, I will have enough time to get materials complete to run our digital convention. an LOD convention, an online convention, to be clear. This is going to be scaled down from what I originally had planned to do, but basically it's just a celebration of LOD. It lands on December 2nd, the anniversary of the original Japanese release in 1999, so the 23rd anniversary. And we'll showcase some various things, some various community projects that are highlights, such as this Severed Chains platform and how exciting that is. We'll talk about the journey from release to now on things that the community, including myself, has unearthed about the game, like the extra lore and concept art and interviews and all that stuff, the mods that have been made, the fan art. I'm going to try and cover it as much as I can, creating a bunch of little summaries of things about our history. And then at a later date, over time, I'll make expanded versions of those summaries as standalone videos on our YouTube channel and stuff like that. So that'll be in 2 weeks. And I hope I can get it all ready in time. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to play the outro. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for watching our live stream. If you enjoyed this content, consider double punching the subscribe button. If you really enjoyed it, consider double smacking the bell icon for notifications for all of our YouTube content. We also like to hear from the community. What was your favorite moment in this video? We would like to thank our Ko-fi supporters, Ansky, Veldiv, Vince E, Nogard Dragon, and Oricalcon71. The monetary donations from these folks help make it possible for us to provide additional services to the LOD fandom, as well as ensuring regular updates. Ko-fi supporters get perks for their assistance, such as early access to content. If you'd like to help, visit ko-fi.com/Druniverse.